In this video, we're going to be covering the iOS version of the Lizzy Receipt app. Right now, we only have the iOS version completed. We will be doing an Android version at some point. Right now, we're kind of focusing on the iOS platform. So what we're going to do in this video is kind of go through how to install this, how to get it started, and some of the setup procedures that you've got to do along with actually using the app. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run the application. At this point, we're going to enter our password. And what you're going to notice here when we actually log in is we get an authorized device, and it tells you to go to Lizzy and authorize the device. Now, the reason for this is because we want to make sure that you have some way to be able to disable this device in the event that you lose the phone or it's stolen. You can simply log into Lizzy and deauthorize or delete the entry for the device, and it will become disabled where you can no longer access the application. So right now we're going to go ahead and click OK, and we're going to go back over to Lizzy. We're going to go up here to Settings. We're going to go to Security and My Profile. And when we click on My Profile, we're going to scroll down just a little bit and we'll get Authorized Mobile Devices. And you'll see this one has not been authorized. So we're going to go ahead and click the Authorize, hit the Save button. And now we're going to come back over to the application and we're going to attempt to log in a second time. So we're going to go through and log in, and at this point we've got the purchase from, we've got the application user interface with all of the information that we need to collect about a receipt. And so we're going to go ahead and we'll pretend the thing was done today. We're going to go ahead and enter in, we'll just say Home Depot. And so once we get who we wrote it to, we're going to go ahead and click on the calculator. A few things about the calculator: if you put in a value and hit the C button, it only removes one character at a time, so it's fairly easy to go in and correct the mistake so that you can put in the right number. The minus sign will actually add a negative, so if you're doing a return on something, you can actually reverse the charge. And the AC obviously clears the whole thing. The green button down here in the bottom right will actually return you back to the screen and fill in the appropriate number for you. Now, the next step is going to be choosing the credit card or account that we use to purchase the merchandise. So we're going to go ahead and choose the account. We can put in details for the accounting department, so we can just say that we purchased office supplies. And by the way, none of this stuff is actually required to fill in, since the obvious thing is the main thing we want to do is actually have the picture of the receipt so that we have it for our records. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to take a picture. So we're going to click to take picture. I don't have an actual receipt, so I'll just take a picture of the computer, and we're going to tell it to use the photo. So at this point, we have our receipt date, who we purchased from, the amount, the account, and all of the stuff that we need. So we're going to go ahead and tell it to upload the account or the receipt to the system. So we get a message telling us that it's been uploaded. Now we're going to go back over to Lizzy and we're going to go to accounting. We're going to go to checking, and we're going to go down here to the receipt box, and we're going to tell it to view the unprocessed receipts. We're going to come down here to the bottom, and here is the receipt that we just uploaded for Home Depot for the 5632. Now, a few other things about the application. You have a history button that if you go to, it will actually give you the history of all the receipts that you've uploaded through the application. Clicking on any of those will actually bring up the original image and the other information that had been filled out. If you click on the view image, you can actually scroll in and see the actual information on the receipt. If we go back over to this receipt page, you'll notice up here in the top right, we have an icon that will actually allow you to print it, to email it, to text it, whatever it is that you want to do with that particular receipt. So the last thing that I want to mention is, in the event that you actually take a picture and the system can't upload it, you've lost internet access, it will actually store the information in the receipt app in the history. And you'll notice that when you go in here, it has an uploaded flag. And so any of the receipts that it can't upload, it will actually hold on to those now and upload them the next time you get access to the internet. So the Lizzy Receipt app is a really handy way to go in and make sure that you've got a copy of all your receipts and that they get uploaded for the accounting department without having to wait for the end of the trip and turn in 50 different receipts to them to have to go in and manually put into the system.